Today is a super exciting day because Paradox Rift is finally out on PTCGL and my favorite new card, Iron Valiant EX, is finally playable. That Tachyon Bits ability is so good because whenever it moves into the active spot, you can put 2 damage counters on any of your opponent's Pokemon. Combine this with Medicham V's Yoga Loop that lets you put 2 damage counters anywhere, and if you take a knockout, take an extra turn, and you have one nasty deck on your hands for those pesky little single prize Pokemon. What is going on, everybody? Hitmonchanting here, back again with the Pokemon trading card game live deck tech. Today we're looking at Iron Valiant EX, but before we get into the video, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of the channel, PTCGL Store. If you need codes, here we go. Head on over to PTCGOstore.com and use code HITMON to get 5% off your order. You get a good product for a good price, and you help out the channel a bunch as well. So again, thank you to PTCGL Store, and thank you to you for supporting the channel. And now, it's time to place some Tachyon Bits. So Iron Valiant EX is super sick. I've been so excited for this card ever since it was revealed. I played it in our tabletop matches, which, you know, you probably should have watched, or you could go watch after this video if you haven't already. And this deck is insane. So this is just an improvement of that deck. I've made a lot of changes and actually made the deck flow a lot better and be a lot more consistent, I feel. We have the 4 Valiant, we have 2 Medicham V in here as well, so we can use Yoga Loop more efficiently. We also have one Squawkabilly EX to let us squawk and seize to draw more cards during our first turn. And then we've got a two line of Natu and Xatu to use Clairvoyant Sense to attach some energies and draw some extra cards in the late game. For our trainers, there's a lot of switching options. 4 Switch Cart, 3 Escape Rope, 3 Switch, and then 2 of the brand new Future Booster Energy Capsule, which lets our future Pokemon retreat for free as long as it is attached to it. We have 3 Ultra Ball, as well as 4 Battle VIP and 4 Fog Crystal for our Pokemon search, and Hisuian Heavy Ball. And then we also have 3 Town Stores to find any of our Pokemon tools, like that Future Booster Energy Capsule, or our 4 Seal Stone to put on Medicham V, or our TM Devolution, or Devolution, I guess is the right word to say it. If our opponent's playing a lot of big Pokemon and they happen to evolve, we just throw this down and we devolve them, and we are able to let Iron Valiant go crazy with its Tachyon Bits. Supporter-wise, we got 4 Research, 1 Boss, 1 Klara, and 4 Iono. Nothing too insane. We want a lot of draw with the deck. And energy-wise, we have 2 Rapid Strike energy, so we can use Medicham V's Yoga Loop on the first turn of the game for 1 attachment, 6 Psychics, and 2 Jet energy to help further boost our Iron Valiants into the active spot. I'm super excited to show off the deck, so I'm not going to ramble any longer. We're going to hop to some games, and we're going to get some dubs with Iron Valiant EX. Our opponent is calling the coin flip here. They chose heads, so tails never fails. And this is another one of those decks I think you actually want to go second with. You want to punish your opponents for having like a mediocre setup. You want to take these KOs quickly and efficiently. And yeah, this is like a really solid hand to have. I don't know if I want to start Medicham or start Natu. I think starting Natu is probably like less of an indication of what we're playing. So we'll put the Natu in the active spot, and we're going to see what our opponent is up to here. Countercatcher Dark Energies Mirage Gate. I'm not too sure what this is, to be honest, but it means that they're playing Comfies. And if they're playing Comfies, I'm going to get real comfy doing some yoga looping. So we're going to see what happens here. There is a Comfy coming down from my opponent. They have a Battle VIP, so we're going to have to see what exactly we're up against. And then we're going to have to go from there. Again, it's going to be interesting. They're just going to a bunch of Comfies out. I doubt they know what exactly we're playing. There's a Dark Energy. Maybe it's like a Lost Roaring Moon or something. That's my suspicion. Yeah, I think that's kind of like possible. They got rid of a Nest Ball, which probably means they found another basic search. Or they don't care to put a basic in play yet. They got rid of, they played a Switch Cart. I'm curious what this is, to be honest with you. I'm very interested to see. They got rid of a Roxanne. There's a Heavy Ball, so we might get something revealed to us here. I'm guessing it's Roaring Moon. I don't see another Dark type that you could be using. There's Radiant Greninja's good for them as well. It's a Pokemon that doesn't outright get Yoga Looped into Oblivion. And that's going to be their turn. So we're going to get to draw here. We have Squawkabilly, which is exactly what I was looking for. We have 2 Fog Crystals. And I think here, I probably want to grab the other Medicham V. I think that's okay, because then we can grab the rest of our lads, and we just thin the deck out 1 extra card, because we got this Iron Valiant. We have a Fog Crystal for this Iron Valiant, and we have a Fog Crystal for our other Iron Valiant, so we can get moving and grooving here. We're going to be able to take a Yoga Loop on this Comfy, which is super, super solid here. Hopefully. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. We're almost there already with this opening hand, because we have the booster energy. So we literally just need to find 2 switching cards, I believe. We'll put it on this comfy here, I think is fine. So we can Squawk and Seize. We also have our supporter, which is good too. We don't find the supporter, but as long as we have, here, let's go for an Ultra Ball here. I'll get rid of these, and I want to make sure we have the 4 Seal Stone in deck. We do, so we are going to be able to grab Research, which is good. So I don't want to Research away a Xatu. I'd rather get rid of a Natu here. So we'll Ultra Ball for the Natu. We'll Town Store, and we'll grab our 4 Seal Stone here. TM Devolution's not going to do too much for us, but that's all right. We can put the Seal Stone there. Now, I'm guessing I want to retreat, I want to Switch Cart, and then I want to switch one more time. So we'll go for the retreat now anyways into this Iron Valiant. We want to get a Switch Cart as well, so we'll put that there. So we'll use the Switch Cart, go into this Iron Valiant, put those 2 more right there. Now we want to start Alchemy. We just got to find another Switch card. But I think I'd rather grab a Research. We have 3, 4, 5, 6 outs here. 6 outs. We have how many cards in deck? 32. We should find one, but I'm a little scared that we won't. I don't know. It's a bit risky because I could guarantee the Yoga Loop here, which might be a better play, to be honest. And then the turns after, though, how do we do this? I think that's fine. I think we guarantee the Yoga Loop here. And because we're going to get to draw a card off the prizes. This might be a mistake, but we'll see. Might have been better to get the Research. I'm thinking back on it now, but we're going to see what we draw into. We get Yoga Loop, we get a prize, we get an extra card draw. We also, we just get Research, that's fine. I was going to say we also might get Xatu, so we could dig even further. But now here, we're not going to be able to Yoga Loop again, but we can prep something, which might actually end up just being the Manaphy. And then we can attack with Smash Uppercut. TM Devolution's not great, actually. I didn't really want to have that. Town Store's not going to do much for us. I think I might just attach to the Medicham so we can guaranteed KO this Comfy here, then go for a big Research. And then through our big Research, we find a single switching card, which is okay because I want to prepare the Manaphy. So we can Yoga Loop the Manaphy next turn. So I'll switch into Iron Valiant. And yeah, I want to prep this Manaphy. I also don't want anything to get switch carded away. So we'll go back into Medicham here. And we can Smash Uppercut this Comfy and we take another prize. So we got 4 prizes to go. A lot of our switching options have been expended, but we did prize some, I think. I think we did prize a switch or 2. So that's okay. We played all 4 of our Switch cards. We have 3 Rope, 1 Switches in deck, so we did prize 2 Switch. So that's okay. There's going to be the Nest Ball. And I don't know, they have 2 cards in the law, so it might be very tough for them to pull an attack off here, especially with just 1 Comfy remaining. Yeah, so there's the Roaring Moon that I expected. Yeah, okay. This is going to be interesting. If they play the Future Booster Energy, things might be a little challenging for us because Roaring Moon is weak to Grass, so Medicham's not really going to do anything for us on the Roaring Moon. So we're going to need to attack it with a Valiant. And if they have the Future Booster Energy Capsule, things might get tough. There's a Raihan. And now, I don't know if they're going to be able to power up this Roaring Moon efficiently. It might just be all they have. And now at this point, we just take out Manaphy with Yoga Loop. We try and get the Comfy, then we just target down the Roaring Moon. But I think we didn't discard our boss even. So we have that ample opportunity available for us. There is nothing else they can do. They're going to counter Catcher, which honestly is fine. Not the worst thing in the world. We have Jet Energy, which actually kind of helps us more than anything. They're going to Jet Energy the Manaphy up, like not wanting to lose their Comfy. That's very reasonable for sure. And now it's our turn. Okay, so we get Research as well, which is an amazing top deck because I don't want to lose. I don't want to Iono them. We have a lot of opportunity in the deck to cause some funny business here. So I'm gonna Jet up this Iron Valiant. I think that's completely a-okay with me. Tachyon Bits, put that on the Manaphy. Now we can Heavy Ball, confirm our prize suspicions. We did prize 2 Switch. That is what I thought. Klara's not really gonna be useful, so just a big Research here. We just need 1 switching card, and 1 switching card we did get. We also got the Xatu, which is really good because I can switch into the Iron Valiant, I believe is, yeah, we just switch into the Valiant right here. 2 here. Then we can switch into Medicham, Yoga Loop it. But I think first we want to Clairvoyant Sense, and we want to get this Iron Valiant powered up to attack the Roaring Moon. We get Boss as well, which is really solid. So now we just want to, like, we can use another Tachyon Bits, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it matters too much. Actually, I think that, yeah, why not? We'll use the other Tachyon Bits. We'll bring this Tachyon Bits up. Put 2 on the Comfy is fine, and then we can Escape Rope. I don't know if they'll bring up the Comfy. They're suspecting it gets KO'd next turn. They're gonna bring up Greninja. I think Greninja is the most logical. That's that over there, and now we can Yoga Loop. Whoop-de-doo, we are going to be able to knock up this Manaphy and take an extra prize. Hopefully, it's something we can use here. Switch, that's kind of exactly what I wanted, so that's good. And now, can we take out this Comfy on the bench? I think we should be able to. I want to grab the Psychic Energy out of the deck. We might actually, oh, we should be able to get this Comfy knocked out here. They've only got 3 in the Lost Zone, so I think that that's fine. Then we can just boss up the Roaring Moon after and take the win from there. So that's okay. So we're going to start by switching into this Iron Valiant. 2 Tachyon Bits on the Comfy. Yeah, there is a world where we could have KO'd this Roaring Moon, but to be completely honest, I'm not really a fan of that right now. I'd rather just kill their draw engine completely. I'll retreat into this Iron Valiant here. Another 2. Then, yeah, I think, like, we can't even KO Greninja here, so I think just powering up and prepping is fine. Because we can Clairvoyant Sense right there, draw some more cards. Yeah, we need to use Jet Energy here. So we Jet Energy this guy up. And we can Tachyon Bits once more, putting 20 on the Comfy, take an extra prize. And maybe that's another switch? It is another switch, but we've used all of these. We don't quite want to do anything just yet. I think we're fine to pass here. I think this is okay. I mean, I think this is fine too. We can Ultra Ball these away. We can grab another Valiant. They're just gonna scoop. They didn't get to play the game. This deck is actually kind of toxic. They literally did not get to play the game whatsoever. But hey, we got to Yoga Loop twice. We get to call the coin flip. Tails never fails is what I always say. We do get tails, so we're actually going to choose to go second here. We don't want to go first because we want to prey on our opponent maybe not having the best setup. They might not have access to a supporter. And then we get a hand like this, which going first is kind of terrible, but going second is kind of bonkers. So we're going to see what kind of start they have here. We have to start Medicham, which is good because we don't want to start Valiant. So I can accept that fate there. And we're going to see what they flip over. It's a Regigigas, so we're playing against Regis. And Regis isn't actually the worst because it's possible that we can Yoga Loop them effectively. We are also going to be able to knock out Regigigas with Medicham V for one, a smash uppercut. So it could be interesting. I think it's definitely going to be... they have 3 Nest Balls in their opening hand, which is kind of absurd. Getting down exactly what they need. We were probably going to target down this Regieleki because it's the only thing. I mean, we can't Yoga Loop it just yet. They're going to Ultra Ball, get rid of Thorn. They have a Regirock. But what do they have as the last card in their hand? It's probably a Research. That'd be my guess. But I think this is fine. Okay, so this is good here. We want to start with VIP. Grab Squawk. We want to grab Iron Valiant. 3 Iron Valiants is pretty tough. We can't Yoga Loop this turn, but that's a-okay. We'll Town Store. And we'll use the Town Store first because I don't want to... What's it called? Actually, I probably shouldn't have used the Town Store first. Never mind. But I mean, I guess there's merits either way because I don't want to draw into any of this stuff. Then I will research and go ahead and see what we draw into. We have Fog Crystal, which is super sick because we can get Iron Valiant. can also disrupt what Pokemon they're putting into the active. So I think we're primarily going to want to, like, we'll bench Natu as well. I think we start with a rope. And they're gonna put Drago for sure. So we want to find another rope to force them out of it. And then we're gonna start targeting down this Regigigas. We can, I guess, switch carding is fine. I don't want to lose a Jet Energy because Jet Energy is really important. But honestly, that's kind of fine as long as we're able to find our other Valiant in the switch. We don't find any of them, which is a bit rough. We could Yoga Loop. Or not Yoga Loop. Forest Seal for like an Escape Rope, but it's not really worth it. I think I'm going to attach this here. I'll probably... Do I want to retreat this? Because if I retreat this and attach to it, I could potentially find Xatu next turn. Then through Xatu can power this up and take a KO. That might be the way. I think we might want to retreat here into this Iron Valiant. And attach. And I think we want to pass. Now, unfortunate that we had to rope them into the Dragon's Horde, and we didn't really get much follow-up off of our research. But we might be able to kind of pull something out here. They don't have that many cards in hand. They're going for another Ultra Ball, so they're going to be able to get more Regis in play. However, they don't have many energies to work with. They have Registeel. I don't think they can pull off an attack this turn. We're going to see what the last card in their hand is. It's an Iono. At least Iono's not bad for us because, what's it called? Iono is just going to give us more cards anyway. So that's fine. That's completely okay. We have a lot of switching options here. There's a Heavy Ball. So what we need to do, we need to get that Valiant, which was good. We're targeting down this Regigigas. If we can Yoga Loop this Regigigas, then pull off an attack on any of the other Regis, we might be okay. All of these Regis all our Valiants are weak to, what's it called? Are weak to Registeel. Now, the challenge of this is, actually it doesn't really matter, so that's fine. I was gonna say, Registeel's gonna one-shot us anyway. They've got a single Steel Energy in the discard pile. Like I said, I don't expect them to get an attack off this turn. They might go for a town, I mean, they are gonna go for a Town Store. Excuse me. However, they could have had a tool in there, but they did not, so that's okay. I'm anticipating a pass, yeah, from them. That makes sense. And now we get a research off the top, which is super good. So I think I want to start with a Town Store. We want to grab another booster energy, so we have access to retreating. Now this booster energy goes here. I'll Fog Crystal, grab Natu because I want to discard it. Now the way I think I want to do this, I think I want to start with a retreat. No, I want to start with a rope. And I want to Yoga Loop this Regigigas here. That's my game plan. So we need all of these to go off. So we Yoga Loop the Regigigas. We'll rope again, go back into this Iron Valiant. Then we need to just find a switching card here. We need two switches basically. That's what we need. So get rid of this. And we'll research. We have a Forest Seal, which is nice. We found Xatu, which is also really good for us. We don't have any in deck. Did I discard both of them? I only discarded one. I didn't check my prizes. Okay. That's pretty bad. I won't lie. Because now I can't... Well, okay, I can still Yoga Loop. So we might have to just hope we find Xatu off the Yoga Loop. Because what I want to do here is, I think I just retreat into this Valiant and switch. Yeah, we retreat into this Iron Valiant here. Tachyon bits. Okay, we're good. We're good for now. We can attach this. We can switch to the active spot, and then we can Yoga Loop that Regigigas. And this Regigigas is going down. It's tough that they all have a lot of HP. And even though like they're single prizers, it's a lot of work for us to do. But now it is our turn again. So we could Iono them. We get another Rapid Strike energy, which isn't preferred. Town Store is not really going to grab us much. We have a lot of switches left though, which is good. I don't want to discard a lot of energy here. So I think attaching this is okay, and then just going for an Iono is fine. I want to knock out this Regigigas. If I can knock out this Regigigas, I think I'm gonna be in a decent spot. I need to switch twice, and I think I have that, which is good. So I'll switch into this Valiant. Put 2 here. I'll retreat into this Valiant. Put another 2 here. Then we switch cart into Medicham V, and we smash uppercut this Regigigas, and we knock it out and we get another prize. Now, it's important that I wanted to knock out the Regigigas specifically. We get Klara here, which is actually solid. I wanted to knock out Regigigas, like, particularly, because, what's it called? They had 2 in the discard, and they just have their other one in hand. But I wanted to make them work for it. They played a bunch of nest balls already. They played, what's it called? They played 3 nest balls. They played 2 ultra balls. Right? I think that's correct. 3 nest balls, 2 ultra balls. So for them to find it is tough. Same thing with the Regigigas though. They don't have a draw engine. They're relying on just supporters to get there. And even then, with Heavy Slam, they're not going to be able to knock out Medicham V because of its 2 retreat cost. They have the Artisan there, which is good for them. And if they can't knock out Medicham V here, and we're able to consistently move our guys around a little bit more, I think we'll be okay. They have their Regigigas again. They have Switch Cart. They can maybe knock out with Regigigas. And they have the Research. Okay, yeah. So they can knock out with Regigigas here, which is not bad for them. It's bad for us. It's really not good for us, because now we're kind of playing catch up. They're taking 2 prizes. And it's going to be really hard for us to kind of, like I said, catch up to them. It's going to be hard for us to return that that knockout this turn. Not impossible, though. Not impossible. They're going to knock out our Medicham, which is unfortunate, putting us down to them to 2 prizes, us to 2 prizes. I think we definitely want to be leading this Iron Valiant here. Because of that, we do get a switch, which is good. I think we're just going to go for the Klara. And we're going to grab this, and energy, and Medicham. I think it's fine. I think we are down 2 rapid, or we're down 1 rapid strike. Okay, that's okay. So we can put Xatu here. We can Fog Crystal, grab that last psychic energy. We do have the other rapid strike. We have a couple switches. So from here, we're knocking out this Regigigas. And then what we want to do, they have 1 steel energy. We want to target Regigigas once again. So we'll use Clairvoyant Sense first, attach to this Iron Valiant, see if we can draw into the Jet energy is exactly what I wanted. Here, we'll bump the Artisan with our Town Store. And now I want to, I think we can, how do I want to do this? I don't think I can maximize the amount of damage I'm doing this turn, but that's fine. I'll retreat into this Iron Valiant. Actually, I can. That's all right. I'll retreat into this Iron Valiant, 2 there. Switch back into this Iron Valiant. Another 2 there. And then Jet Energy up this Iron Valiant. There we go. Okay, so that's what I want to do. Another 2 over here. Now we'll put Medicham down, and then we will Laser Blade. So we're doing 220, pretty solid damage. We are going ahead in prizes, which is good. It does enable them to have Counter Catcher though, which is bad. I don't like Counter Catcher being used against us. They have a big hand. I wouldn't be surprised if they used one. And then leading the Regigigas makes sense, because what they can do is they can either Thornton, if they play a 3rd Thornton somehow, they can Thornton and put their other Regigigas back into play. They have Zinnia's Resolve, which is really good for them, not good for us. They get rid of Iron Hands, okay, kind of saucy. Now, if they find the Counter Catcher plus Regigigas, yeah, things are gonna get a little bit rocky for us here. However, I don't think they can KO this Iron Valiant in specific, which is good. They might. Okay, they're healing from that Regigigas, which is kind of bad. But as long as we're able to find one of our other switching cards, we should have 1 switch remaining in deck, as well as a switch cart, so we should be fine. We gotta make sure we don't deck out, obviously. If they're hit with this Regigigas, Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a challenge for us. I think searching the deck with Town Store is kind of necessary here. We can't deck ourselves out. That would be bad. So there's the Giant Fangs for 160. Because Laser Blade can't attack this turn, which is why we need to reset our switch. So let's go for a Town Store, see what we're working with. We have some stuff left, which is good. Fog Crystal's not really going to do much for us. And I want to find these switches. So we'll start with the Clairvoyant Sense. Clairvoyant Sense, I think we have 2 switches left plus a retreat, so we can do 60 damage. That would have been enough for us to the Yoga Loop, the Regigigas. Unfortunately, we can't, so I think I want to power up this Iron Valiant while we have the chance still. Now I get an Iono. Will Heavy Ball confirm our prizes? The other Iron Valiant is good to have. Our prizes aren't really relevant. We, like, very desperately, I think we've only played one, no, we played both Jets, so we can attach an energy here. We very desperately need to hit a switch. If we don't hit a switch, I think we probably lose. So what I want to do is I'll attach this Iron Valiant, and I'll go for an Iono. Again, Iono's a good play here, because I don't like them having a 10-card hand. But I hope we can find one switch card. We don't find a switch card. Okay, that's rough for us. However, I think a decent enough play is that we can retreat this Valiant into a fresh Valiant. I think that's pretty okay, and we can still pile damage on this Regigigas, because it's still going to be tough for them to take a multi-prize KO with this Regigigas. The only spread that they have is 40 damage, and 40 damage isn't KOing this Iron Valiant, so I think we're okay for that. But now it's the following turn, we gotta have a decent top deck. We have a lot of supporters in deck though, so we're okay. Oh, they just have Counter Catcher in hand off of our Iono to 4. Okay, that's fine. There's the other Earthen Vessel coming out from them, so they're gonna get a bunch of energies in the discard pile. Start bringing them back into play. Also shuffling up their deck. Yeah, so them getting that Iron Valiant KO is bad. For us, they're putting a gift energy on this Regigigas, which is interesting. Yeah, we're going to be in a really tough spot here, for sure, because then they can just Registeel and win the game. So, okay, we have to play this very, very strategically here. They're KOing our Iron Valiant. They take 2 prizes. We got to take 3 prizes over the course of 2 turns here. I mean, we have Boss. If we can KO Regigigas, Boss KO Regigigas, we should have a chance at winning. But we're going to have to see how that pans out. So we need to hit, oh wait, does both Yoga Loops even do it? Or sorry, both Tachyon Bits, it's another 40. We need to get the 3rd Tachyon Bits as well. That's really bad. Okay, I think we lead Squawk here. I think leading Squawk is fine. I think that that's okay. We get Switch. Now, I want a Town Store first. Town Store doesn't get us anything. Yeah, we need like a very perfect combination of cards here to make this work. What we can do is switch into Valiant, go into the other Valiant, and then hope they don't have it, I guess. I think that's probably it. Or we switch into Valiant, retreat into Xatu, and hope that they don't have it. Yeah, that was a really tough call from us. Yeah, I think we switch into Valiant here. Put that there. I don't want to use Boss yet. That's the problem, right? We'll retreat into Xatu. I'll attach 2 Medicham. And I could use Boss. I don't, like, there's no point. They have 3 energy in the discard. There's 0 point in, like, bringing up Regigigas, for example. Just want to pass. This is really bad for us. If they counter catcher, again, I think we definitely just lose the game. But we have to see. Arazon's fine. They're going to Ultra Ball. Again, if they find another Thornton, they can just Iron Hands EX us, which would be, like, actually terrible. This Dragon Horde for 1, I'm guessing, coming out here. Yeah, this is a very intense game. This is, like, really, really close. It's forcing us to play a little more bad than I would have liked. I'm expecting them to KO the Xatu here, so that's kind of... Oh, they don't KO the Xatu. That's interesting. They don't kill the Xatu. We're gonna pass. That's very interesting. I wouldn't have expected that, to be honest with you. I thought they would have just KO'd the Xatu. Maybe they're waiting just to find a counter catcher, just trying to thin cards out of their hand, find the counter catcher, bring up the Squawkabilly and win the game. That could be what they're going for here. Or find another Thornton, they can win the game that way. The game's coming down to the wire, I will say. They have a 16-card deck left, we have a 5-card deck, so the chances of them finding what they need is a lot less than it is for us. But they have a lot of outs still, I bet. I bet they do still have a lot of outs. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be challenging. They could Giant Fangs us, like I said. Knock out our Xatu, which they are going to do. So that makes things interesting. What we need to do here is we got to find a switching card. Because we can switch. So like we can lead Valiant, retreat. So hold on. We lead Squawkabilly. We retreat into Valiant, switch into the other Valiant. We still have to do 2 Tachyon bits here. That Switch Cart really messed us up. So regardless, I think, okay, we lead this. No, I don't want to lead any Valiant. That's why it's so bad. I think we lead Squawk because we can switch into a Valiant, retreat, and switch again, maybe. Okay. We're leading Valiant. We're leading Valiant. We're leading Valiant. We get Switch Cart, so we can, like, we're still 1 card off. That's like the whole thing, is we're just 1 card off. We have no switches left though, so that's where this can get a little tricky. I think the card we needed here was an energy. Energy-wise, they have enough in the discard. So maybe we bring up like Regice or something that can't attack but the boss is a crucial part of our plan, right? So we can retreat into Iron Valiant, put 20 there. We can switch, but then we can't attack. Oh, we were like so close. We can switch into this Valiant, but then we just lose. I think we have to boss. I think from here, this is so tough because it limits us to... Man, I think this game is unwinnable, unfortunately. I think this game's unwinnable. Yeah, I think we have to switch to Medicham here. And we can Yoga Loop something still. I think we boss up Regigigas. We were 1 switch off, which is super tragic. Then I think we Yoga Loop 2 damage on the Regigigas. Now, we can manually retreat Medicham, KO the Regigigas, then hopefully they don't have the resources to continue. That's like my game plan, is just hope they don't have it, which is a terrible game plan to have. Absolutely awful game plan to have. But I think it's the one that we got, so we gotta go with it. Because they can Ancient Wisdom, they can put these energies onto Regigigas, but they can't retreat it. I think it's only 3 energy cards, so they won't be able to retreat, which means that we might be chilling. They have a bunch of... They're just putting... It doesn't show me everything still. They didn't fix this glitch. Oh, they have an energy from hand. Okay, so they can Ancient Wisdom, then they can retreat. Yeah, man, this is super tough. The Registeel makes this like a really bad matchup, but hopefully we can like KO 2 of their Regis. The Giant Fangs here. Now we like have to have an energy, basically. Pretty sure we just lose unless we're able to find an energy off our prizes somehow. We'll retreat into this Iron Valiant, but I don't think it's possible. Do 20 here, that gets knocked out. Yeah, we get Xatu. There's not much we can do here. We have to pass, but I think at that point they just go Registeel. So I'm gonna pass to them. Very good game from my opponent. I think this was a very interesting game. It shows that still we were really close. We were so close to being able to win the game. We were kind of just 1 whiff. We whiffed 1 turn, and then that kind of threw us off a little bit. But I'm still happy with the deck's performance here. Yeah, they have the Regigigas in hand. I was guessing they have the Artisan as well, so that gives them all they need. They can just Ancient Wisdom to the Registeel on the bench, and that Registeel is going to be able to heavy slam us here because of our weakness. Oh, going for Regigigas. Why? Why are they going for Regigigas? They don't KO Medicham V. Okay, maybe we don't lose. Like that, yeah, sure, 40, 40, 120, okay. Iono, we can Iono them to 1. If we can take a knockout here, we should be able to win. The last 2 cards, one of which is an energy. Oh, but they have Artisan, that's the problem. And we had to get rid of the Rapid Strike energy. That's the issue. Or we can just retreat into Iron Valiant, like this Iron Valiant, but then we can't switch back. So that's fine. I'd like the Artisan here. Just do nothing. Yeah, we can laser. We'll still do it anyway. We'll Laser Blade for the KO. Go 1-1. I was thinking we were just gonna Registeel, but maybe they didn't realize that we're weak to steel. So we brought it even closer this time. We brought it even closer. I think we were just genuinely a turn off of doing it, of winning, and that was the fault of the one Switch Cart they played. I think they played a single Switch Cart, or they have 2. It's from the one Switch Cart. That one Switch Cart messed us up, or else I think we actually won that game, because it forced us to have to take an extra turn in order to Yoga Loop that Regigigas. So there's their Ancient Wisdom. They're gonna be able to take a knockout with Regidrago. They could have just done it with Registeel last turn, but I digress. Alternatively, we could have retreated, but then they just Terra Spark again, and we lose. So very good game for my opponent. I think it still shows the power of this deck and what it can do against different archetypes that it's not meant to beat, but we were close. We could have done it potentially. So very good game for my opponent. I think pretty decent showing in the deck. So what do you think of my Iron Valiant EX deck? I am in love with this deck. I love it. It's so fun. It is just an insanely fun deck. The only problem it has, though, is this late game is not great. You're really leaning into the fact that, listen, I'm trying to win the game on turn 1. I am trying to just win. By me going second, you not getting a good setup. I'm trying to just take out your attacking Pokemon. If they evolve up, Gimme Ghoul is one of them, Ralts is one of them. You can even take out Bidoofs, you can take out Remoraid's against Rapid Strike. You can take out anything your opponent might rely on in order to actually play the game. That's what this deck is aiming to take out. I think it's like a meta call kind of deck. If you think, oh, I'm expecting to see this much of this deck, that's really good. It's really good against Lost Zone, really good against Gardevoir, decent against Rapid Strike because they can't do a lot of damage to you, so you can easily Yoga Loop their Remoraid, and then you can one-hit KO Urshifu, so that's good. Has a pretty bad time into Miraidon. It's good into Chen Pao. It's basically good into anything that has a single press support Pokemon. But with all that said and done, thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed, and comment down below what do you think of this deck. What do you like? What do you dislike? What would you keep? What would you change? And subscribe to the Hitmonchanting channel because I'm posting multiple Pokemon trading card game videos every single week. Paradox Rift is finally here, so we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. With all that said and done, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, Hitmonchanting out.